Today, from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New Orleans Saints taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they've gone a full half season since their last loss, winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something that's funny, when we talked to him, all he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
And a nice job there skipping away from the one tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. Second down.
2nd and 5.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 10 yards, good for the Saints. First down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Back to throw now on first down. And it's incomplete. Adam Troutman, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Four yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd and 6.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
At the 39-yard line.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And Texas just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
All the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offense.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Yeah, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson now off the bootleg. Escaping the pressure right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there. And then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. They'll buy some time right. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown.
Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard.
They run the counter. It's Craig. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He was taken down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
And 7.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, able to avoid him. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Flush to his right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
That is incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Going for this is caught at the 20. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 57 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, it's Wilson. Keeps himself upright. They shakes him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. David Onyemata just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction.
I know I'm supposed to do the analysis here, but I've got to ask, how did he stay alive that long in the pocket?
Yeah, great footwork, which we know he has. If he would have been able to stay alive, get rid of the ball, or run for some yardage, he would have had a very unhappy defensive coordinator, I believe.
No doubt about that.
He was trying to get that to Colby Parkinson. Third down here.
It's third down.
From the shotgun, Wilson. They'll rifle this one deep right side. Fourth down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And his kick is absolutely perfect.
He is good.
And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Saints 7.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Their own 25-yard.
The Saints again ready to go on offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll run on first down. It's Craig. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He was taking.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
And then open down the middle of the field. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk for the 45.
Saints.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Open man is the tight end, Troutman.
The pass.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. next. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
1-yard line.
It's Williams. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Saints are back within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Back at the 17-yard line.
Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards.
First down, Seattle.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Rams who are out in front in that one. The Rams trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, it's off to Southern Nevada. Check out the action going on beside the neon lights of Las Vegas. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Josh Jacobs, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Kyler Murray has thrown a touchdown pass. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And
at their own 22-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice the game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one to that number, man.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout, and they hook up again for another big play.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. To throw again. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down.
A 52-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead.
The score is Seahawks 23, Saints 14.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done, but they've got it.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed able to record his 5th sack of the season. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum, but all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside. And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet? Oh, I've got the exact play down.
It's just a head scratching down when you're facing the 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done.
10-10.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
That's what he's done here in this one so far.
Brings up 3rd down.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Rolling to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Saints will have the football back. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it's going to be 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 9 now. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly, and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to...
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover. Reception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
And oh my goodness, what a catch at the 6. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that makes it a 9-point game. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. The throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. 13-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Taken down.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adam Troutman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are back within a score.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Inside of 2 minutes remaining in a 2-point ball game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They run again with Carson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Throwing now is Wilson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. And they'll go with the ground attack here. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Preston Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
And touchdown and congratulations and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So Russell Wilson in the offense. Down by 5, 1:13 to play. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Dancing to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They go play action now. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
3rd down.
He'll look to throw. Out to his left. And that will be incomplete.
Wilson on the keeper. Intended for DK.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's pressure.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And with that, the lead is up to 8. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
To kick off for Seattle.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
He was covered by Jamal Adams.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Saints 30.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1.
And they will get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Meanwhile, for the Saints, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for Charles Davis and our entire